Hi. So, I just got back from Infinity Wars. Oh god. Oh my god. Like, finally. Finally. It's here. We watched it. It was life-changing. And I just left the cinema like shooketh. Like, shook. And every adjective that you can think of in between, yeah, that's me right now. So hi. Before I go any further, obviously fucking spoilers. Like, I don't want to be the person who spoils this film for someone who doesn't want to be spoiled. So this is a freaking blanket spoiler warning for everything I'm about to say from this point out. Look, guys, don't spoil yourself. If you hadn't watched the film and you are clicking on this video, number one, either you just really don't want to watch this film and you just want to find out what happened, or like, why are you even watching this? Honest. But yeah, like, fucking spoilers ahead. Ahoy, SS spoilers, HMS spoilers, whatever. Because, oh my god. Okay, like, I kind like I went into this film thinking that my faves, like my biases, Steve and Tony, were at stake. Like, their lives were at stake. Like, their survival in the MCU was at stake. But boy, was I wrong. I should have accounted for the fact that half the universe was gonna be gone. That's a pretty ballsy ass move. And one of them... Okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay, so like, it was, I think I got spoiled in the sense that someone told me that Loki was gonna like die. Not really told me like it was gonna die. Like, there was an interview that Tom Hiddleston gave about playing Loki, and he made it sound as if like he was really wistful and he was really like was longing and stuff. And yeah, I kind of went in to the cinema kind of having that niggling feeling that Loki might be the one that dies, and he was one of the first casualties, like actually the first sort of mainstay MCU person to die was actually Heimdall. Then yeah, we're just gonna talk about who dies, okay? Like, because I think this is what everybody wants to know, right? Like, who fucking dies. So the first person to die was Heimdall. The second person to die was fucking Loki. I tell you, I was crying. I was fucking crying. I was a ball of mess right next to my best friend. Like, oh my god, like, that's some pretty ballsy move. You killed off like one of your most popular characters in the MCU. You killed off freaking Loki. And to have Loki say the line of like, I am Loki, Prince of Asgard, Odin's son, and he has this meaningful look with Thor right before he says, God of mischief. It was just right in the feels, man. It was freaking right in the feels, okay? And then, oh man, like, then the next mainstay person to die is freaking Gamora. Gamora dies. And, like, we're gonna get into that death in a minute. Then freaking half the freaking MCU just disappears with the snap of a finger. So half the MCU disappears, and along that list, I'm not gonna say that they died because we don't know where they got sent to, but I'm just gonna say that half the MCU disappears, and one of the people that some of the people that disappears, I'm trying to like make sure that I have it like in sequence. So Sam, Wanda, a ton of Wakandans, like T'Challa. Yeah, T'Challa got snapped like out of existence. Who else? I I think freaking Drax, Mantis, Peter Quill, Peter Parker, Doctor Strange. They all got snapped out of existence, and Maria Hill and Nick Fury too. But we'll get into that in a second. So, like, I went into this, like, I mean, we had, like, how many years of, like, since 2012, when the first sort of inklings of Thanos was, like, mentioned in the MCU, like, we got the inkling that, okay, like, this is going to be, like, the overarching sort of big bad in the MCU, and, like, we never really got, like, a full picture of who he was. Like, we always got, like, he was the Mad Titan, he kills people, and he wipes out, like, entire planets of people and stuff. But in this film, you actually get to see why he does it. Like, he does it for the balance, and it's not like he's favoring one thing or another. It's not that he's like I would say that if, like, in the chaos neutral, you know, kind of like lawful evil chart, I would say that he's like a lawful neutral right there. Like, I would term him as a lawful neutral, because he really is like freaking just dispassionate and unbiased, just snapping people out of existence, pretty much. So yeah, like, what the fuck? This is some real... I don't know how they pulled it off. Honestly, like, I don't know where they got the cojones to do this. Like, they just snapped, like, half the MCU out of existence. And I don't know where they're taking the story forward from here, but I'm so excited. Like, the MCU has not disappointed me thus far, and it's not disappointed me here. I'm so excited. Like, I came out of the cinema just grinning from ear to ear, because how are they going to tell, like, a story from this point on? This is brilliant. So we never got a scene between Steve and Tony in the same screen together, because, like, they were on opposite ends of the universe, pretty much. I'm not mad. Like, I thought I would be mad, but I'm not. I'm really not. And one of the huge things that I was kind of worried about when I was going to watch this film was there was, like, a huge part of me that didn't want Tony to be the one that picked up the phone and call Steve Rogers. And so they sort of, like, sidestepped this and actually got Bruce to call Steve Rogers. And we did not see the shield inside at all. I'm not mad about that either. The new Iron Man armor suit porn thing is real. It's fucking real. Like, I am all about it. I am all for it. God, oh my god, like, there's so many things to dissect about this film. Main of which was that there was a part where Stephen Strange was using the time stone to sort of see into the future, to look into the future, and he calculated the possibilities of 14,605 possibilities, and out of all of that, only one possibility led to a chance of success, and it was the one that they ended up with, which was half the universe just disappearing. I don't know what he saw, but I really want to be part of that. This film visually is an amalgamation of all the other films. Like, it's an amalgamation of the Guardians films, it's an amalgamation of the Thor films, it's an amalgamation of whatever they've achieved in all of the other Avengers films, every single thing. This film is a masterpiece in telling multiple strands of narratives at the same freaking time. And this movie was just interwoven and just so tightly wound that I'm just speechless. I need to watch this film again, and I am going to watch it again. But you know, in the meantime, I'm going to be sitting here just like gushing about it. Yeah, like, oh god, oh, where else? Oh my god, like, we kind of got the hint of Captain Marvel. By the way, there's only one post-credit scene, and it's way at the end, and that's where Maria Hill and Nick Fury comes out, and they were both kind of discussing because Tony Stark kind of gets transported to the other end of the universe with both Peter Parker and Stephen Strange, and that's where they meet the Guardians. So essentially, like, people are looking for Tony Stark, and here's the thing, like, everybody's looking for Tony Stark. Like, they need to put a tracker on that boy or something, because he keeps getting slammed into like weird places, kidnapped in Afghanistan and all that. So someone needs to plant some tracker on my boy. Okay. We get to see the Iron Spider suit, which is like what all my dreams are made of. So okay, we're gonna get into how Gamora died. So you know how Thanos has been like searching for the Soul Stone and everything, right? So one of the prices he had to pay to get the soul was the soul for a soul, and the soul he chose and he had to pay with was the soul of someone he loved, and he chose to sacrifice Gamora. And getting into that, I don't know, I feel like there was discussions about like, oh, you know, he actually truly did love Gamora, and he really did like care about her, and you know, he really did, you know, give a shit about her, kind of. But for me, I don't see it as love. I see it as someone trying to implant their egoistical sort of ideals onto one person, try and push that person into being like what they wanted them to be, pretty much. And so he sacrificed Gamora, so Gamora dies, and he got the Soul Stone. And here's an interesting bit, like, this film is like a fucking combination of every single Marvel movie before it, okay? So straight up, you remember Schmidt, the Red Skull from Captain America: The First Avenger? Yeah, he back. He survived. I was in the cinema going like, what the and his line was that I held an Infinity Stone in my hand, and the price had to be in it, and it threw me out here. And so he became sort of like the guardian of the Soul Stone or some shit, okay? And like when they arrived at where the Soul Stone was, and like Gamora and Thanos arrived at where the Soul Stone was, pretty much I heard Hugo Weaving's voice, and immediately my heart just go like, oh my god, I know that voice, my god, like, I know that voice, what the fuck? And like, I was proven correct. It was freaking the Red Skull, like, oh my god, like, it's amazing. Like, my cheeks are hurting from how much I just like am smiling because of this film, how much I love this film, okay? Like, it's so good, okay? I think I'm gonna need more than 2 watches to catch all the pop culture references, to catch all the like hidden Easter eggs and stuff, because there are quite a few. So speaking of that Easter egg, like that final sort of after credit scene, like, we're gonna discuss that because like that's one of the main things people wait for anyways, right? So going back on just now, like Nick Fury and Maria Hill are discussing about like, have they found Stark yet? And then they start going like, oh, what's happening outside, you know, like, oh my god. And so they get out of the car, because like there was a car that sort of almost slammed into them, and they get out of the car and they're like, there's nobody there, and Maria Hill starts disappearing, and she's like, oh, we gotta call and just as Nick Fury says, like, we have to call control, and immediately, like, he gets into like the car and sort of pulls out like this transponder thing and presses it just as he starts to disappear out of existence, and the thing sort of like gets focused on the camera just as Nick Fury goes like, mother. They finally gave Samuel L. Jackson the chance to almost swear in a Marvel film. I am incredibly proud of this. So like the transponder kind of clatters to the floor, and like it clatters to the floor, and you see like sending, and it's like the ellipsis, and then you see the insignia, and it becomes the Captain Marvel like in like colors and stuff, and I was just freaking out. What the fuck? Like, this is cool. Like, if they do sword, I'm all up for that. Like, I'm here for this shit. Okay. Oh my god. Like, what else should we talk about? All right. Like, oh man. Like, I'm gonna need a couple of days to dissect all this. All right. So there probably is gonna be like a second video about this. Like, I'm not gonna stop talking about this shit. Well, I hope there's gonna be a second video, God willing. God knows my schedule is a bit finicky these days. Wow. Okay. We get like a lot of the other like the scores from all the other Marvel movies sort of incorporated into the Infinity Wars score. So you had like the Black Panther theme, the Wakandan theme, like in this film as well. You had a bit of like the Stephen Strange music in this film as well. You had the Iron Man. You obviously had the Avengers. So it was just like an amalgamation. It's a perfect amalgamation of all the other MCU films. And congratulations, Marvel, for pulling this off. Congratulations, Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the screenwriters. I think I got their names right. Congratulations the Russo brothers. Congratulations everyone on the cast, crew, everyone. Like, congratulations. Like, the only gripe I would have about this film is perhaps like actually, it's not really a gripe. I don't really have a gripe with this film. Maybe because I haven't had time to really dissect this film or really sort of digest this film. So this film, I must say, is not for anyone who's not a fan of Marvel. It's not for the people who've not watched the previous however many films over the past 10 years. This film is made by Marvel fans, for Marvel fans. This film is for people who've actually invested time, invested money, invested like effort to go and watch this film in the cinemas, or even rent the film, or even pirate it. I don't know what the fuck you guys do, man. Like, as long as you keep safe. I'm not endorsing piracy, but just keep safe. So, like, freaking hell. Is all I got to say. I'm sorry. It's already like 12 midnight, and I've got work in like 8 hours. So, I need to sign off. Yeah, this is quite possibly worth every single effort, every single penny, every single moment that I had to spend in anxiety, coming up to this film. I've had like the worst week from hell, like the week from hell, and this film just makes it all the more better just to be able to watch it. And God, how am I gonna sleep now? I'm just gonna be like spending the whole night just reading fanfiction, I swear to God. Oh my God. This is amazing. This is great. So yeah, given some time, I'll probably like dissect this film again. But for now, like, I think I've spoiled this film enough for people already. So yeah, signing off here and my ramblings. If you want to continue to follow like my nerd girl adventures, like my nerd girl adventures, like you can follow me on my Instagram, or you can follow my Tumblr, where I'm usually more active on. Like, I'm a multi-shipping, multi-fandom blog, so you can expect a lot of stuff there. So yeah, like, oh my God, you guys, like, it's here, it's finally here. I hope you guys go out and see this film. Watch it. Just watch this film. It's so worth it. I wish you guys a great weekend ahead. Happy Avengers weekend. Happy Infinity Wars weekend. And I will see you all next time.